Welcome back. This tutorial is on video editing in Blender. If you enjoy these tutorials or find them helpful, then please remember to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to be notified when I post new tutorials. Hey everybody, let's launch Blender. I really should talk about making storyboards and planning out your shots, but a couple of people have asked, how do you use Blender as a video editor and put scenes that you have rendered together? So we're gonna explore that. Actually, let's do this. All right, so what I did was, for this demonstration, I put together a couple of animations just to show how to tie two clips together. I guess I opened the wrong one. Let me open. There we go. All right, cool. That's the one I want. There we go. That's the one I want. Okay, so I did another. I really like this one shot from. I really like a couple of shots from Balance of Terror. Two of the shots that they did for the USS Enterprise are just my absolute favorites of all time. So this is similar, but not quite the same. I don't think I got the camera settings quite right. In any case, for this tutorial, what I want to do is I want to have two movie clips. I want to have one movie clip of the camera, the Enterprise moving past the camera. All right, so there we go. That's one. And then for the second one, I want to have it look like the Enterprise is passing the camera. Like this. So let's again start off at 1. Oh, all right, so this one doesn't have the final animation. All right, what I did was I took this camera and I set it up so that we kind of start here and we wind up the Enterprise really far off in the distance. And I rotated the camera a little so that by the time we end, the Enterprise is in the center. So I did separate ship passes and then separate background passes for the stars and tied them all together. We've already covered that in an earlier video. So let's take a look at that. I've got those two videos on my D drive. Movies, here we go. All right, so fly by, so that's the ship coming towards us, and fly away, ship going away from us. So I've got them in where I keep my renders, and a couple of things. If you use the Blender presets, remember which preset you use when you start your project. So if you do HDTV 1920 by 1080, which is perfectly fine, pardon me, just remember that you're going to want to use that in the same frames per second for all the shots in your sequence. I'm only doing 2, but you can extrapolate from that. Once you see how to do one of these or two of these together, you can tie together 50 million of them. You can put additional animations with that you do in RGBA with PNG or TIFF, and make backgrounds transparent, and you can do overlays and text and titles. You can do anything you want. But you want to keep your resolution and your frame rate the same. If possible, you want to have your lighting look similar between one shot and another. Believe it or not, that's actually something that they didn't do in the original series. Special effects were extremely time-consuming and costly, so they would tie together shots from the first pilot, the cage, which later became the menagerie in more ways than one, and then the second pilot had a lot of really good shots. That's from Where No Man Has Gone Before. And you would find shots from the two pilots strewn throughout the entire series, even though the ship had undergone multiple renovations. If they had unlimited time and resources, they would have redone all the shots that they wanted, because those were done as a time and money-saving technique. In any case, what we're going to do is we're going to tie these two together. And since I've already rendered them out and made my movie sequences, that part is finished. Now what we need is the movie clip editor or video sequence editor. I think video sequence editor. Yep, there we go. All right, so now I did not use HDTV. I tried to make mine look similar to the original, but I did extra steps, and I want to make them match. Everything was 150, so I have two of them, so that's 300 frames altogether. And I want these to be the same. And then this gets changed to that. Okay, so now I've got the correct frames per second. I've got the correct resolution. I've got the correct number of frames that I want, because I know that my first clip is 150 frames and my second clip is 150 frames. Now, I want to put this all together in a movie. So I'm going to go RGB, and then I'm going to change this to FMPEG video. And I'm going to pick a location where I'm going to put my final renders. So luckily I just happen to have a spot which is all set, and this is going to be Total Flyby MKV. All right, we're going to hit accept. And now we've got a lot of room to play with. Actually, hang on. Go back to 3D, because if I'm not mistaken, yeah, right there. Okay. Are you getting those? I guess not. Okay, sorry about that. All right, I'm back in my normal setup. I've got my resolution set, my defaults, my resolution, my total number of frames, my aspect ratio, all the same. I've changed it to my FMPEG video and RGB. There's not going to be any transparencies or alpha channels with this. And I'm going to hit Control, left mouse click 4 times. And I get that same video sequence editor, which is really nice. Now, I'm going to add a movie clip. And I'm going to run out to where I have my movies, and the first one I want is Fly By. And then I'm going to add another one. Add movie Fly Away. All right, so now they are backed up against each other, right? So I can go from one to the other, and no additional frames inside. If I had transparencies and other things, I could layer titles and all sorts of other things, because there's lots of room to expand here. And I'm going to go back out to my main sequence here. Now, I just do this for fun. 7, 5, a X, and I've got a nice clear slot. So if I animate this right here, we'll see our animations render out right here in the center of our screen. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit animation, and it's tying together my flyby. And as soon as the Enterprise is past the screen, bang, fly away. And we're almost there, almost at 300. Bingo. Okay, now we should be done. And we have a new movie here, Fly Away. So I'm going to open this up. I'm sorry, I want total, dummy. So the Enterprise flies by and then flies away, all in one continuous sequence, because we've used the Blender video editor to tie this together. All right, short and sweet. You can also add music. I mean, there's lots of other things you can do. You can use other video editing software. I love to add my music and such in a Corel video suite piece of software, which I really enjoy. But there you go. You get the gist of it. That's how you put multiple sequences together to create one longer sequence, one longer special effect. Thanks, guys. Don't forget to save your work, and I'll see you next time.